Visit www.ashbridgesbay.ca/BE-whiteboard for a navigable interface to all of our whiteboard drawings. Welcome to our whiteboard drawing, Jump to 9.1.2 or higher, Part 2, Enterprise 20 Jump Lab VLANs. In this drawing, we'll describe the Enterprise 20 Jump Lab VLANs. The Enterprise 20 Jump Lab uses a BE6000 for virtualization and upgrade to 9.1.2. Enterprise 20 is the model enterprise used in the A-Bay lab environment to illustrate configuration and ongoing administration of BE6000, BE7000, and Cisco collaboration deployments in general. Enterprise 20 has VLANs that are routed and VLANs that are not. The VLANs that are not routed represent our sandbox. Cisco recommends that you use more than one VLAN if you have high availability or HA deployment. A VLAN is a single point of failure. If something goes wrong with the VLAN, a broadcast storm for example, or human error, everything in that VLAN will fail. We'll call our Production Collaboration VLANs Production Collab A and Production Collab B. Our production cluster is hosted in these VLANs. These VLANs are routed. We can access the apps on these VLANs from anywhere in the enterprise, depending on any restrictions we impose on traffic between VLANs in the enterprise. We've distributed our collaboration apps across the two VLANs. We'll discuss the Enterprise 20 clusters and how we distribute our UC apps across VLANs and servers in a later drawing. Our production collaboration VLANs hold our production MCS servers running older software versions 6.1.4, 6.1.5, 7.1.3, or 7.1.5. They could also have older 4.1.3, 4.2.3, or 4.3.2 software. If you have other versions of CUCM deployed, you'll have to patch up to one of these versions. If you are running 8.x on physical servers, the virtualization and upgrade path is simpler, and not really a jump. We're including 8.x virtualization and upgrade as a subset of jump. We have a production hardware VLAN for server management. This is the current production hardware VLAN and provides access to all of our servers. This VLAN is also routed. We can access the hardware on this VLAN from anywhere in the enterprise, depending again on any restrictions we impose on traffic between VLANs in the enterprise. Our new BE6000, BE7000, or other UCS hardware will be attached to the production hardware VLAN and used for our jump lab. The CIMC port is connected to the production hardware VLAN, and so we have console access to our ESXi hosts. The CIMC port will be the leftmost port on the LOM, or LAN on motherboard card. Other TRCs supplement the LOM card with a quad gig E card. We'll add drawings for that configuration as soon as we can. The switch port to which the CIMC port is connected will be an access port with the access VLAN configured to be the production hardware VLAN. This port will be configured with port fast enabled. There is no reason to isolate the new hardware. Connecting our new servers to the production hardware VLAN is the right way to go and makes managing everything much easier during the transition. Enterprise 20 has a production Hypervisor VLAN for management of our virtual applications using VMware hosts and vCenter. This is the current production VLAN for Hypervisor management. This VLAN is also routed. We can access this VLAN from anywhere in the enterprise, depending again on any restrictions we impose on traffic between VLANs in the enterprise. vCenter and all of our ESXi hosts will be on the production Hypervisor VLAN. If you have vCenter, then you can add these hosts. The remaining two ports on the LOM card will be connected to different upstream switches. This is the configuration for the BE6000 medium density server C220 M3S small form factor tested reference configuration number 2. We'll add drawings for other C-Series TRCs as soon as we can. The switch ports to which these LOM ports are connected will be trunk ports. The production Hypervisor VLAN will be enabled on the trunk. The native VLAN will be configured as an unused VLAN and port fast for trunking will be enabled. These two ports will be configured as the VM NICs for vSwitch 0, the only vSwitch for this configuration. The VM kernel port group will be connected to this VLAN and enabled for vMotion if you have vCenter. Remember, if you want vMotion and HA, you need a single broadcast domain for the vMotion vkernel port groups. There is no reason to isolate the hypervisors. Connecting our new ESXi hosts to the production hypervisor VLAN is the right way to go and makes managing everything much easier during the transition. We've included something we call Routed Enterprise Network. This is any routed production VLAN that we can use to access our JUMP lab via the JUMP server. The JUMP server can be used for NTP, DNS, SFTP, and web access to the isolated builds and pre-production VLANs. The JUMP server will have a VNIC on the Routed Enterprise Network. This network must also be enabled on the trunks to the C series. Because the JUMP server is on a Routed Enterprise Network, we can access it from anywhere in the enterprise. Enterprise 20 uses a Windows 2008 server we call Win 2008 SVR-1. We'll do our builds activities on non-routed Builds Collab A and Builds Collab B VLANs in the JUMP lab. The JUMP server will be connected to the Builds VLANs using an additional 2 VNICs. These VNICs can be configured with the IP addresses of the default gateways for Builds Collab A and Builds Collab B, and the JUMP server can be used to route between the 2 VLANs. You must isolate the Builds Collab A and Builds Collab B VLANs. We'll do our pre-production activities on the non-routed pre-production Collab A and pre-production Collab B VLANs. The JUMP server VNICs can be connected to the pre-production VLANs for access to the pre-production cluster. You must isolate the pre-production Collab A and pre-production Collab B VLANs. Coming up next, jump to 9.1.2 or higher. Part 3, Activities in JUMP Lab Clusters. Thanks for watching!